Hi guys, welcome to another video in a series of Tarot at Work. This is an opportunity to find out more about how you can prepare for your next week, how you can prepare your objectives and actions for the week, and what it's like to prepare your intention for the week, including if your relationship starts to change, how you can manage your relationships as you become more successful in your organization or at the work that you do. I hope this is very helpful and enjoy the video. Hi guys, so this is a second series of preparing for the week with tarot. I wanted to give a chance to folks to hear more about how I think tarot can be used to prepare for your work week. Last time we talked about how tarot can help identify your skills. Today, I know that we all want to be successful at what we do, or we want to be successful at our job, or we want to be successful at what we're putting out into the universe. I think that all, for me, lies in the preparation of the success. So success is very rarely immediate, right? What happens is we end up working at something for a very long time, and then success comes, and to others it appears that success was fairly quick. But I think that preparation is what makes us successful. How I incorporate that into my life is a couple different ways. One, at the end of every work week, without fail, I stop for an hour, and I have this scheduled for myself to keep myself sane and to keep other people from taking my time. I stop for an hour, and I look at what's on my desk. I look at my calendar, and I first acknowledge all of the things that I've accomplished that week, and I might make some notes. Once you know what you've completed, then you're able to move on to the next thing. So during the course of that hour, after I've acknowledged what I've completed and been successful at or need to work at, I also start to discover all those little things that I go, oh yeah, I made a note about this, I need to get that done. I have an email about this, I need to take care of that. So then I start going through all of those sections where I have pieces of my pie that need to be pulled back together in order to be successful and to meet all the needs of everyone else who is depending on me to accomplish something. So in all of that, I then prepare my next week. So I start pulling up all those things that aren't done and start planning that out on my calendar. I'm very organized when it comes to my calendar. That's how I get more done and how I make sure I take care of the needs of other people. So I think it's really important to prepare for what looks like simple and easy success for other people. There's a lot of work behind that. Now, I do that very religiously, but I also utilize tarot to help me be successful and prepare for the week. So I wanted to share with you some of that side of the story too. I think that it's really simple to do those, at least for me, those very regimented things where you go through what you've accomplished, what you need to get done, and think about all those blocks you need to get out of your way so you can be successful in the coming week. Tarot can help you find all of those things that you're really not sure about, what you need to work on, or what might be hidden things that you need to focus on during your work week. All of those pieces of the pie that are objective, right? So if you're not quite sure what needs to be accomplished and you're feeling a little scattered, and having the type of regimented organization that I have doesn't work for you, tarot might be that objective third party that can help you get there. So I think that you have to know first what you're trying to accomplish, and that tarot can help you do that. Then I think you need to figure out what those objectives are, and tarot can help you do that. Then I think you need to start to think about what your intention is and how you're going to accomplish those things, and tarot can definitely help you do that. So I've got some suggestions for you, and let's go through those. In preparing your personal objectives for the week, I think it is an advantage to go to a tarot reader and sit down with them and say, look, I've got a lot going on. Here's some of the particulars about what's going on in my week. I need some help identifying objectives so I can be successful. Now, objective is not an action. The objective is your end game. It's a thing that you want to complete. And if you're not sure what those are, and it just feels like this amalgamation of stuff in your head, then the tarot reader can sit down with you and, okay, let's pull 3 cards. And as I pull my cards, we'll shuffle and we'll talk about what are the objectives that you need to be cognizant of in your upcoming week. And so we do some shuffling, shuffle, and then we'll start to pull those cards and okay, Here's objective number 1, and we'll talk about what that is. Here's objective number 2, and we'll talk about what that is. This is the new Mariel, well, for me, it's new Mariel Tarot. Here's objective number 3, and we'll talk about what that is. Doesn't that look like an intense objective? Then, once we've outlined at least, we're talking about a week's time here, so once we've outlined at least 2 to 3 goals for the upcoming week, and had a discussion about what those goals are, then the next step to me is to figure out how to accomplish those goals. And it's probably my project manager brain, but I'm going to start going, okay, what are the steps we need to take, the actions that need to be in place in order to accomplish those goals? And then we'll pull some cards about the actions related to each one of those goals. Now you have an outline for the next week about what you need to achieve and how you're going to get it done. The only thing that's up to you is, are you the owner of that action and that objective? Is someone else who is supporting you the owner of that action and objective? And how do you make sure that you've communicated who's in charge of it, how it's going to get done, and when it's going to get done, so that you're managing the timeline and the ownership of the action? But tarot helped get you there, right? It helped define what you need to accomplish. And I think that is definitely a very while seemingly simple, useful tool to get you through your week. Now, once you've identified what you need to achieve and how you're going to achieve it, then I think it's also helpful to think about, what kind of intention do I have in getting through all of this? Because we all come to work with a different, emotional side every morning. Some of us get out of bed and we're just not morning people. Some of us, like me, get up at 4:30 in the morning, and we're rare and ready to go, and we accomplish a lot in the morning. But I think that if you're thoughtful about the intention that you have for your day, you can be aware of how you're going to approach all of these activities and individuals during the course of your day in order to continue to be successful. So you can either utilize that intention to move yourself forward, or utilize that intention to be aware of what you may need to pull back in order to be successful in moving forward. Now, I pull an intention card of the day every morning. I do recommend that people view that card at the end of the day if you're not sure how to utilize it appropriately at the beginning of the day. So if you go find my Periscope, which is the same as my Twitter handle, @ComingOutTarot, then you'll find daily tarot draws, and it says tarot intention for the day in the subject line. The effort is to give you an idea of how you should approach your day. What your intention should be as you walk out of the house, or even before you walk out of the house, so that you know how you can approach all of those things that life throws at you. If you're not used to it, then it may not be best to watch it in the morning. If you are just getting used to it and you're just watching them for the first time, I recommend watching them in the evening. That way you can look at what the intention was at the start of the day, think about what has occurred during the course of your day, and apply that intention and go, oh, if I'd known that, I could have addressed this way. If I'd been aware of this, I could have dealt with this circumstance that way. If I'd been aware of this intention, I would have had a completely different exchange with this person at my office. But until you get used to understanding the reflection of the day and how that intention can play out, it may not behoove you to be aware of it in the morning, because if you're aware of it in the morning, then you might start going, well, I'm going to make this intention happen, rather than allowing the intention to be something that is organic throughout the course of the day. So the intention is not meant for you to force your day into a small little container and make it work, and if it doesn't, get frustrated. It's meant to guide you through your day. So it's a very powerful thing, I think, where you might end up manifesting something rather than experiencing something, and it's meant to be the experience of awareness, mindfulness, so that you don't have to try and force yourself into a certain aspect of your day. So definitely check out those Periscopes. Check it out in the morning, check it out in the evening if you're not used to it yet. But I do them around between 7 and 7:30 in the morning on weekdays. The other thing that I will share with you is, once you start navigating your objectives for the week and what your actions might be for the week, and thinking about your intention for the day, and we'll see how we're kind of narrowing down into very specific things, then you're probably going to start to notice that your relationship starts changing. They'll start changing because you are interacting with people and with your organization in a new way. So if you're curious about how those relationships are shifting, if you're curious about how to manage those relationships as they shift, then there's this whole pile of stuff I've got out there on relationships and how tarot can help you manage relationships. All you have to do is look for the category on my blog, relationships. It's all text right now. I'm starting to convert things into video, so you'll start to find videos soon. But right now, there's a lot of text out there, and I hope that's helpful for you. So definitely check out those Periscope dailies. Definitely start to look at that category relationships as things start to change. And if this is helpful for you, then reach out to me and ask me about what it's like to have a reading about preparing objectives for the week. I'm happy to talk about it and give you more information. I really like working through objectives and actions and making sure there's a plan to move forward for people. It's something that I get excited about, and it's something that I know isn't not everyone's forte, but I'm really good at it. So I like to help you work through that stuff. So if you have any questions for me, shoot me an email at just go on to comingoutarot.com, and there's a way to get in contact with me there. All right, thanks everybody.